All right. Hi, guys. Hello. Okay, let's see. I'm not really sure. Hey, Los. What's up, homie? All right, guys. Let's see. Beautiful. Okay. Nope. Let's just get down with that. But nope. There we go. All right, guys. So, yay! I'm so glad that so many of you guys are here today. That's super fun. We will get into Q&As a little bit later. That's awesome. Fit Barrera. I think that's how you say your name. That's awesome. Go for it. Hi, guys. Hi. Germany. Into consideration. Jessa, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so stoked. And honestly, all the advice that I give really works in any niche, in any industry. I just cater to the tattoo world just because that's my expertise, I'd like to say. And so, So let's go ahead and we will go ahead and get into it because we don't have a super big amount of time. I'm not trying to be on here all day long. I got work to do, I got a tattoo. So, I would like to know, you guys, where you guys are all at in your IG, journey. Is everybody just starting out? What are you feeling? What do you feel like talking about, especially when it comes to marketing your tattoo work, marketing your artwork? What is it that you guys really, really want to chat about, especially when it comes to social media marketing and tattoo business? The reason why I stepped on here today was to kind of get you guys into that mode. We are halfway through the year, actually a little less. We're actually a little more than halfway through the year. And this is a really, really great time to start kickstarting your social media stuff, social media marketing. So I want to know if you guys want to go ahead and ask the questions in the question box. I'll go ahead and lift up the questions as is. But and you're such an inspiration. Oh, Marie, I'm so stoked for you. Congratulations on your journey into tattooing and super stoked for you. Glad that you're here in the industry. So honestly, Instagram has been here for about a decade into, even more so. Gosh, it's been 12 years or so. And everything has kind of been tweaked and morphed into the year. I mean, we've all heard it this past month. The creators of Instagram have just said that they are no longer a photo app, like a photo sharing app. They are everything. So they share apps, they share videos, they're kind of a little bit of everything. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, all the things. So how do we as tattoo artists really, really know what to do in all of that, right? That's the question. Everybody wants to know where do you start? What do you do? And all these things. So today, what I want to tell you is that the best place to start is honestly with you. You need to understand who you are and what style it is that you want to do in this industry, period. If you don't necessarily understand who you are and you're on here and you're getting really overwhelmed with the amount of people that are, basically you compare yourself to, you start feeling imposter syndrome, you feel like you're not good enough, all of those things, that needs to be kind of set aside and understood that what is it that you want to do in this industry. You have to understand these questions about yourself in order to market yourself and start attracting the right type of followers that become soulmate clients. And so I really, really want to get you guys, if you want to ask questions, go ahead and ask them in the question box. So go ahead and ask those questions in the question box, just so that we can make sure that if you do have a question about social media marketing or anything like that, let me know. But I'm just going to go ahead and keep on going. So when it comes to marketing your work and yourself, because as a tattoo artist, you are a brand, not your tattoos. I hate to break it to you. You are the brand. People are so understanding now with television shows and social media about, oh, well, now I gotta pick people or tattoo artists with a style. They're like, I didn't realize that tattooers have different styles. Before, back in the day, 50 years ago, you walk into a tattoo shop, the tattoo person or the tattooer needed to do everything because we needed to be a jack of all trades. At this point, we are becoming a fine art. We are fine artists. And so now we niche down. We choose a style that we love, that we can hone the skill on, and then we can evolve from there. So you as the brand, there are so many other artists out there that are doing, traditional style, neo-traditional, realism, micro, minimalistic, dainty, whatever you want to call the style. There's so many people out there that are doing it. We have a lot of tattooers in this industry now, which is so awesome. But I believe in abundance mindset. So there's plenty of skin out there for everyone. It's not oversaturated, you guys. You can still become a tattooer if that's what you're meaning to do. But at the end of the day, what I would say is that, when you find that style, people want to know, like, and trust you. So if you're taking notes, write this fucking down. So know, like, and trust. I've coined this type of content. It's know, like, and trust content. The reason why is because you are creating an experience here on the web, the online space. You want to create an experience for the people that are looking to you to see, well, I trust that they do good work, or I trust them with my skin, but do I trust them with my time? Do I trust that they are going to work with me? And the only way that you can share that kind of vibe is by showing who you are online in a professional, authentic way. And so when you can kind of tap into those two things, you find your style and you find out who you are and you really share that online, that's the magic. That's the magic with your authenticity and your tattoo work that brings people that are like-minded into your chair, that not only are like-minded, but that are willing to pay you a lot of money and tip you on top of that, that are most likely never going to miss an appointment because they're so stoked to be in your chair. And they're the kind of clients that don't even feel like clients, they feel like friends. And so at the end of the day, you guys, I'm a multi-six-figure tattoo artist, multi-six-figure tattoo earner by myself. I make that much money with my bestest of best soulmate clients. And you know how I got them? Through social media, through Instagram. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's not simple. It's simple, and it's one of those things that once you tap into it, you get it. But the thing is that we get blocked with all these other tattooers around. We don't feel good. We start comparing ourselves. We do all those things, and then we start to get down on ourselves. And when you don't have the abundance and success mindset, all the rest of the stuff, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the right mindset, the tips, the hacks, the content strategies, all the things don't work because you don't even believe that you could get there anyway. So why even you're just basically turning and burning. And you're just turning and burning, and you're in scarcity mindset, and all you want is, all you're thinking is more money, more money, more money. The moment I actually stopped thinking about more money, and instead I started thinking how I can help, how can I create a community, how can I do the thing that I love so much and impact the world with my art, that's when money just started coming, and I didn't even think about it. When I was so obsessed with money, when I didn't have a good relationship with money, was the moment that I didn't make enough money. I never did. I barely could pay my bills most of the time. And if I was, it was because I was doing tattoos I didn't really want to do. And it was turning and burning, and it was working 15 hours a day, doing small tattoos that I personally didn't want to do. I'm not saying that that's not something that you don't want to do, but it was for me personally. This is my own personal story. And so that's what I'm trying to get at, guys. It's by being authentic, and it's by understanding and niching down your tattoo style. The jack of all trades thing just doesn't work anymore. So do those two things, okay? Once you figure out those two things, then you can kind of start building content strategy. Now, the content that you want to be creating is always want to be valuable. Now, if you're going to write this down. You want to create know, like, and trust value content. What that means is that you're either motivating, you're either educating, or you're either entertaining or getting relatable. all those things, all those 4 things are the kinds of contents that you want to be thinking about. Think about your audience. Think about who you're trying to attract. Think about you. Think about who you are. Those kinds of things are the way that you're going to actually, become a magnet to your soulmate clients. Like, you're going to build, a ton of following, which vanity metrics are so last season, honestly, like so 5 seasons ago. Who cares about vanity metrics? Who cares about likes? It's about the quality of the audience. It's about the quality of your tribe that you are attracting. Because at the end of the day, if you have a shit ton of followers and then nobody comes and signs up for your wait list or nobody comes and gets tattooed, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I've done all the things. Used all the chasing tactics. I've used like for like groups. I've done ads. I do not recommend doing ads. If you do not know who you are or the type of style that you do, or you're not even consistent with your content strategy, do not plan your content strategy and you're not consistent with it, ads don't fucking work, you guys. You're just spending money. You're just putting money into the ether and letting it go. You're basically giving your money away. Might as well just give your money to a bum. At least they're going to eat it with food. You know what I mean? Ads don't work unless you have a game plan, unless you have a strategy and you understand what you're doing here, what your purpose is in this industry, why you're creating this type of art, why you want to be here, and who you are. Okay? So, I know, I sound so preachy. I'm sorry. I'm just very, very, very passionate about helping tattooers really succeed in their tattoo business. And so these are the kinds of the foundational steps that you can take to get there. And then when you start creating content like this is when you can start getting consistent, because Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay. So you just want to make sure that you're constantly consistent with what you are creating. And then it's all the hacks and tips and stuff. That shit works. It totally works if you have a content strategy, if you have the foundations in place. Okay, the foundations have to be in place. If you don't have good foundation, it's like building a house on no foundation. It's probably gonna fucking break down over time. Not probably, it will. And so you have to lay the foundation first. And once you lay the foundation and then you get consistent with it, then you start seeing momentum. Then you can utilize the hashtags and all these other things. And we can get into hacks and tips for quick wins. Absolutely. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, you guys, I am really, really adamant. And if you just got here, hey guys, I'm happy you're here. I'll make sure to post this onto my IGTV so that you guys can have it for later. And if you guys want to go study it and that kind of thing. I'll also be holding a webinar 2 weeks from now, a masterclass on the foundations. And we're going to go in depth of this. Also mark your calendars. Make sure to get onto my emailing list. If you want to go look for that, that is in, link in my bio. I'll be holding a free masterclass because I love you guys so much. And it's about an hour long. It basically gives you a step-by-step on how to create the foundations of your tattoo business through utilizing if you're trying to leverage Instagram to grow and to get more clientele. Okay, so once you understand that we have to create valuable content, whether it's educational, inspirational, relatable, those kinds of things, we want to make sure that we have that in mind when we're creating content. Because when you post a skull tattoo out of nowhere and you're just skull tattoo in the caption, people are like, cool. That's like tapping someone on the shoulder, a stranger on the street, and just being like, skull tattoo, and they're like, okay, what does that mean to me? How does this help me in any which way? And it doesn't. I'm gonna keep walking across the street. You know what I mean? So that's basically what it means on Instagram. You guys, Instagram is it's not a vanity place. It's not a place to share your vanity. It's not a place like that at all. It's a community. It's like going to a bar and sitting next to a stranger and then striking up a conversation and then being like, wow, we have some stuff in common. This is awesome. Let's be friends. Maybe we should do this another time. It's like dating. You know what I mean? You're not going to just go on a date with some stranger. You're going to get to know them. That's what Instagram is for, is they want to get to know you and get to know your work and what you're all about. And so when you can create that vibe, when people feel like they know you, that's when you're creating the connection. That's when you're creating that emotional connection that you really, really need. at the end of the day, I feel like even though I don't talk to a billion people, I feel like I do. I feel like I literally go into my DMs, I answer everything, and I try to do it as intentional as possible because of the fact that like I do love talking to you guys, and I do love seeing you guys thrive, and I do want to help as much as I can, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm so passionate about helping you guys out there. So so just be intentional with the things that you post, and understand that, you know, that once you really hone in on those things, you can create content that expresses that stuff, that creates an emotional connection out there with other people by comments and DMs. Tattooers that have no DMs in their bio, I'm going to tell you right now, you guys, that's a terrible marketing tactic if that's a marketing tactic for you, because you're basically telling people to go fuck off. You're like, I've already got enough people in my books. I don't need you. Go fuck yourself. Like, that's what that actually means. And I don't mean to be harsh, but I'm just going to give it to you real and straight. I'm sweet, but I'm real. Okay? So that's why you need to really understand that if your books are closed, just say books closed. Get on the wait list. Offer something else so that it is inviting for someone that wants to come and get tattooed by you. You know, I have books. My books are closed, but I don't offer that on my bio. And then when people ask me in my DMs, I have an automated, sweet, nice system that goes, hey, you know, if you'd like to book with me, get on my wait list. And, you know, actually, a lot of those people are probably the types of clients that are like going to want to give me their skin and let me do all the wonderful things I love doing. Intentional tattooing is what I call it. I love being intentional with my tattoos. I love to create for things and people that mean a lot to me and that mean a lot to them, because we vibe. And how do you know that we vibe? It's because I've spoken to them in the DMs. I've taken the time. And that's the thing. It doesn't have to take all that much time, you guys. But Instagram is way easier than going out there and trying to meet people or doing art shows, or, you know, I can do this in my pajamas. I can get to know people in my pajamas. I don't have to go to a bar or whatever. And yes, word of mouth is wonderful, but if you're looking to constantly evolve in your art, the word of mouth, what's going to happen is that the word of mouth is going to come from the things that actually, you know, you have people that want to stay in the behind. So like I've been doing tattooing for 9 years, and I've done all the styles. I've done, you know, minimalistic, fine line, traditional, neo-traditional, dot work. I've always loved realism, but that's a really tough niche to get into, because you have to really build trust with people when it comes to realism. If you can't draw it, you can't tattoo it. So, you know what I mean? So I was constantly drawing and constantly working at it and giving away free tattoos and things like that. But I still wanted to make money, and so I was continuing to do other things. And however, whenever I was doing dot work, those word of mouth clients would go over to someone else, and then I would continue to do more dot work, which wasn't in my niche, wasn't where I was wanting to go. And so the best thing about social media is that I can express and, you know, push out designs and artwork that I love, and get more people to gravitate towards that style of art, the evolving artist that I am now, not the one that was behind. And so that's the reason why I love word of mouth. It's absolutely wonderful. It definitely kept me afloat for very many years, helped me pay my bills for sure. But at the end of the day, it didn't really help me. Gosh, I got hair in my face. It didn't help me grow as an artist in the direction that I really wanted to grow as fast as I wanted to, you know? And, you know, I know a lot of artists out there that are starting off and listening to what I'm saying and starting off as a tattoo apprentice and doing the things. My apprentice, for instance, is booked out 4 months in advance. Has only been tattooing for 2 months, is charging way up the booty hole, and I'm so proud of her. And, you know, and she lives in a fucking like beautiful place, mansion, all the things. And she's doing the thing that she loves every single fucking day. And she gets to take time off whenever she wants to, because she can allow that for herself. And so it's really interesting if only someone would have just told me in the beginning of my apprenticeship that like, hey, stick to this and really stick to it no matter what, and then just evolve from there. You don't have to stick to dot work. You can go into realism later, but that's evolving. But if you stick to one thing and get really good at it, then you can move on and do more of it and do more of it and evolve and evolve and evolve and change. So it's not saying stick to one style forever. It's saying get good at the thing you love and then evolve from there, because that's what's going to keep you passionate. And when you're passionate, you stay motivated. When you stay motivated, you stay consistent. When you stay consistent, it becomes a habit, and then it becomes easy. It becomes easy. I work 4 days a week. I tattoo 6 to 7 hours a day. I do social, I have an online company. I own a shop. I have artists that work for me. You know, I do all these things. But to me, it's like something I love. It's easy to me because I've created the habit because I'm so passionate about it, you know? And so that's the reason. It's like you gotta get the passion, okay? So, all right, let's go ahead and get into any hacks and IG things that you guys want to talk about. Let me know. I'm going to look at the questions here. Tweet, let's see, to do clear and real, well, some little bit, how do you raise your, okay, so let's go ahead and do this one. Let me see if I can say Joey, it says, how do you raise your prices without backlash? So this is a perfect opportunity. And honestly, when it comes to the word backlash, I know that can sound like some negativity, but let me just be really real. The reason why it feels like backlash is because there's a little bit of fear inside of you. And that's because you don't want to lose other clients. And the problem with that is that when you have that mindset that you're scarcity, that there's lack, that you might not make the money, then it's going to feel scary. But the best, so for me, I would say, since it sounds like you're going on the up and up, and I'm so happy for you and proud of you, I would say that the best thing to do is just like, you're going to be stoked, and whatever happens, and you will take it with, you'll take it as it is and when it comes. But as far as the way that I do it whenever I raise my prices is that I make an announcement saying, hey guys, I am going to be opening up my books. My pricing is changing. And then I go ahead and, excuse me, I'm about to burp. I go ahead and, oh my God, I'm burping, and list out all the things in the post saying like what's going to be happening to current clients. This is what's going to be happening. Normally, what I will say to my current clients is that we will finish and I will honor the pricing with which that we had whatever tattoo that I haven't finished or things like that. When it comes to older clients, those are kind of my basically like rollover clients. Like they're the ones that like I will pick and choose how much I want to charge them. Normally I will go up with them, but I might not go up as much, especially the ones that have been coming to me since like the beginning, or they've literally been coming to me for every 2 months for 5 years. And so it's those kinds of clients that I'm just like, you know what, you're like my buddy. So we'll pick and choose those. You don't have to put that into your post, but I would just say any existing clients in need, we're finished, we will honor the price. Any new clients, this will be the new price. And any existing clients, however, new prices for new pieces. And so that's how I go about it. Then I go ahead and do a story on it just to get people kind of geared up and ready. And then what everybody here should be doing is you should be collecting your emails. Your emails are the only things that are yours. Social media could die. Facebook died, MySpace is died, all Snapchat's dead. Like all the social media, if you have a bajillion followers, they can be gone in an instant. Social media doesn't mean shit. But the emails, however, like if the internet ever crashed, we fucking don't have emails anymore. But the emails are actually what the most tangible, and that's something that you should be collecting. And what I usually do is I have my email wait list and I send out emails to them, and I like to condition them. So I'll tell them, I'll just be like, hey guys, I'm just letting you know that I'm going to be opening up my books pretty soon here. Just FYI, I am raising my prices. I will honor the tattoos, blah, 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 blah. So, Joey, I hope that helped with that. It's just, you just got to condition them right away. You don't want to just spring it on them in the chair when they're like, oh yeah, by the way, I raised my prices. Like that's fucked up. And I would feel fucked up too. I would be like, wait a minute. Like, I wish you would have told me. I mean, I wouldn't care. Me personally, I probably wouldn't give a fuck. But like, I can understand how someone else who's like saving their money, they really love tattoos, but maybe this is like they're saving their money just to get tattooed by you, and then you spring it on them last minute. That's always where you can get backlash. However, if someone just comes in and gives you some shit, you know, they're not the client for you. Period. I've had people give me so much shit. They're like, oh, well, you promised that you would tattoo me, blah, 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 blah. However, it's not in the direction that I want to go. And when people start doing that to me, I'm just like, hey, like, what's gonna attract a bear, honey or vinegar? Like, you know, I don't work for anybody. Yes, I am very, very like open and want to collaborate as a tattoo artist with my clients always. But if it comes out the gate where someone's already being like catty or rude or something like that, I just say, hey, thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate that you want to get art done by me, but unfortunately, I just don't think that I'm the artist for you. And there are plenty of artists out there that would love to work with you in the style that you like to work. However, it's just not the way that I roll. And then that's it. And you're just very professional. You're upfront. Easy peasy. So, Joey, I hope that helped. I will go for a couple more questions. Oh, wow, okay. There are some interesting questions in here. You guys are fucking weird. How do you connect your brand and message to a culture? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead for, let's see. Let's do this one. So, it says, how do you connect your brand and message to the culture? And what I'm trying to understand is, like, it depends on what culture, but I'm going to go into the tattoo realm since that's where we're at. Connecting your brand and your message is basically in and of itself. So if your brand, like for me, you're a brand. As a tattoo artist, you are the brand. Tattooing is a personal brand. It's you, not just your art. Your art is a part of your brand, but you're the brand. Essentially, people want to get to know you. They want to trust that you do good work, of course, but doing good work is relative. I just made a post about this. Doing good work is the time, patience, and consistency in getting art classes, doing the art every day, you know, really honing your skill. You know, if you're not honing your skills, you're already out the game because you're not creating a trust factor with people to even trust the work that you do. Okay, so that to create trust is experience, and to create experience is consistency and action. You need to do the work. That's it. I went to school for art for 3 years, and I didn't even know I could draw until I was like 22. I didn't know I could draw until I was 22. I went to school for 3 years. And I wasn't almost able to get an apprenticeship for those 3 years because I was trying so hard. I was already heavily tattooed. I graduated in business and finance. So yeah, that's the reason why I love teaching tattooers tattoo business and marketing. So that's why, you know, I went to school for business and finance, became an accountant, found out I could draw, went back to school for fine art. And then now I'm here, but I worked my ass off in art school. I worked art school full time. I worked full time, and I would do art shows at night. I would paint publicly. I would get my name out there. I would practice. If you even look up, like, all these portraits up there are all mine. And I worked my ass off to get to that point in order to be here 9 years later. So, you know, it was a lot of work. So you have to do the work. But in order to create the brand, you as the brand, you need to understand who you are. You need to understand what it is that you do, what it is that like really resonates you as a person. Why are you passionate about the tattoo industry? Why are you passionate about this style? Why do you want to be here? What is it that what you want to do in the industry? Like for me, my message is that I want to impact the masses with my art, with intentional tattooing. I want to create artwork that helps people feel better about themselves, creates confidence within someone. Because honestly, the reason why we get tattoos is to feel unique, is to feel like an individual, feel like something is, you know, it's something that we can hold on to that makes us feel different. You know, when I started getting tattoos, I felt like it was my armor. It made me feel strong. And so that's what I want to give to other people. I want to help them feel good about themselves. and then I want to create beautiful artwork that they can walk around and be super stoked on. And so those are my reasons. It's very motivational. It's very spiritual. I choose certain elements of, because I do abstract realism is what I call my style, where I add a lot of elements of geometry and watercolor and things like that. Because I love watercolor because it's flow. It's just going with the flow of life. And for me, geometry, especially flower of life or hexagons, it's all a part of life. It's in nature, in everything that we do, because I'm a very nature spiritual person. And so that's how I know. It's like I create intentional tattoos because of who I am. And I know who I am, and I'm stoked on who I am, and I'm confident in who I am. I had to build that confidence. It takes time to build that shit, and I can help you. I can help you with that. Just come to my class. I have a class in 2 weeks, free class coming up. And yeah, so that's the message. And that evolves over time. You figure that shit out, but just put it out there. Just send it. Like, don't think about it too hard. Just put it out there, and once you do, then you'll feel what's right, and you'll take away what's not, and then you'll keep moving. It's not failure, it's just learning. And you'll grow and grow and grow, and it's snowball effects. And then it just happens, you guys. I can't wait for you to feel the way that I feel. Just fucking stoked on life, period. All the time. Even when I'm down, I'm like, it's so cool. Okay? So I hope that helped, Tomas. I hope I answered the question a little bit. But yeah, just be authentically you. That's the biggest thing, is being authentic here. Everybody wants to be like everybody else. Everybody wants to copy everybody else because they don't know where to start. I can help with where to start. Come to my class. Join my course. I'll be your coach. Easy peasy. This is what I love doing. I love helping people like you out there. Fucking thrive. Use social media to thrive. Social media is free fucking advertising, you guys. It's free. They're even paying you. I'm on here. I'm on an IG live. I'm getting paid $150 by Instagram because I did a live today. What? Yeah, you can do it too. All you gotta do is switch over to a business program, go into your settings. You can write this down. Go into your settings, click on badges, fill out the little application, and then it'll give you milestones. It'll say, hey, go live today. I'll give you $100. Go live with someone else. I'll give you $150. They are trying to pay their content creators because they know we bring them so much money. And so you're posting, and now you have a little incentive. For me, I would have done this anyway. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's cool. It's nice. I'm stoked. I'm like, oh, wow, I got so much money. Instagram's going to pay me because of the fact that they're stoked that I'm creating more engaged users. That's all you have to do is create content that keeps people on the platform, you guys. And that's not hard. If you're authentic and you understand who you are, you understand what you do, you're good to go. All right, who else has got another question? Let's see. Have you stopped doing your brand since the video came out? Blah, blah, blah. How much is appointment does your shop so much? You're so cute. How cool is Pooch? Pooch is so cool, by the way. When your book's opening again. Okay. So I'm just going to go into any questions you guys want to. It doesn't have to be about social media marketing. It can be about anything you want. Okay, so when do my books open again? They open up next week. Yeah. They are opening, and I'm going to be booking out from September to December. And so, yeah, they're opening. Get on the wait list. Send me those wait lists, and then we'll send out an email, and you'll be the first to know, because I won't announce it here on social media. First, I'll actually announce it in my email wait list, and then I'll announce it here. And then we'll get back to you. We always get back to everybody. That's the point. Hire someone to get back to someone. If you are so busy as a tattoo artist that you're like, oh, I don't want to do my emails. Hire someone. Invest in yourself, baby. Don't fucking do that shit yourself. Spend the time to do the shit you want to do, like drawing, designing, and tattooing, marketing, all the other stuff. Like, the moment I decided to invest in my business and invest in myself was the moment I started making more money, period. If you expect people to invest in you and you can't even invest in yourself, what the fuck? What does that even mean? You get what you put out. That's the law of cause and effect. It's like karma. You give what you get. You get what you give. all the things. So if you're not going to invest in yourself, you don't see fit to invest in yourself, whether it be art classes, whether it be a virtual assistant that you can buy from the Philippines, who are stoked to be here, who are stoked to have the opportunity. Thank goodness for technology that my Filipino brethren can, basically make a living in a third world country because of the internet now, from Americans that will pay them money. You can invest in a virtual assistant, that costs like $3 an hour to do your emails, and they're amazing. I actually have 2 assistants, one Kayla and another one virtual. But my Kayla assistant, she works in the shop with me here, and I pay her American buco dollars. But the thing is that over there, if you feel like you're afraid that you're going to be spending so much money or whatever, hire a part-time virtual assistant. There are people out there that need money. There are people out there that you're basically offering an opportunity for someone to make a living. And then you get to save yourself headaches. That sounds like a great idea to me. Okay, so nothing wrong with virtual assistants and nothing wrong with Filipino virtual assistants, because they're awesome. And my Filipino brethren, I love them. So give them a job. But yes. So we get back to everybody's email. So if you do get into my books, I got you. If you get in my DMs, I got you. I answer everything. I try to answer all my comments, all the things. I'm trying to create connections here. I'm trying to create friends. Okay? You guys are my friends. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see. Any tips? Okay, so tips on beginners. You guys, I'm going to be doing a small mini course for any aspiring tattoo artist, and what your first things you should be doing. I'm going to be doing a tiny mini course for this because of the fact, and this is a tiny mini business course. I'm not teaching you how to tattoo. I truly believe that if you want to learn how to tattoo, you can't do it online. First, you need to be with someone. You need to be there with someone. You need to have a mentor. And whether it be a full-blown class, I've known people that have done schools, which is something I'm actually thinking about, but I'm not there yet. I'm thinking about it. Always thinking big, always thinking huge. Always. So with that being said, as far as beginners for tattooers, how to get a tattoo apprenticeship, number 1 is you draw. Number 2 is you draw. Number 3 is you draw. You're fucking doing art. You get the art classes. You spend the time. And I don't care how much time it is. Like, I went to school full-time. I worked full-time. And full-time meaning like 50 hours a week as an accountant. Went to school full-time as an artist, full-time art, full-time job. And then at night, when I barely had time to keep my eyes open after homework, I went out to bars and painted at burlesque shows, went to art shows, did the LA Art Walk, did that Hollywood Cemetery Walk, the 3-day event. I would do whatever I could to get my name out there, to let people know that, yes, you can trust me, that one day when I do become a tattoo artist, that you can trust that I'm going to do good work. And lastly, your social media, baby. You need to build the know, like, and trust factor in the social media. If people want to get tattooed by you and they don't know that you can draw, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Spend the time. If you want to go slow about it, totally go slow about it. You can just wait for the 1 or 2 skaters or stoners that want to come get like shithole smiley face tattoos or whatever on them. But if you're not constantly honing your skills, honey, this industry is getting too big. It's not too big. It's getting really big. Not too big, because there's enough room for everybody. But it's getting really big. And that means that there are a lot of people that are working harder than you. And that's okay. Because later on, once you've honed the skill, like for me, I work for myself. I love working for myself. And so of course I work 24/7. All day, every day. But I love it. So if you don't love it enough to do that, then it might not be for you. But those are the things that I would recommend as a tattoo artist. So if you're trying to get a tattoo apprenticeship, go find the type of art that you love. Find that type of art that you love. And find a person in that area or within that vicinity. I drove an hour away every single day to go to my tattoo apprenticeship when I finally got one. An hour away. And that was rough. That was gnarly because I had to go to work full time. And then I went to go clean toilets at a tattoo shop. An hour away. Drove an hour away, hour back. 2 hours. There and back. went to sleep, woke up at 4, went to work, went there, back and over again until I got everything I needed. And so find an apprenticeship, find someone that you know that does good work, and then go ahead and, create a relationship with that tattoo artist. See if they will help you tattoo in that tattoo world. You got to invest the money in the tattoos. They want to know that you're going to be, being a mentor is like dating. It's like having a baby. I don't want that commitment if I don't think that this person's committed. I don't want to be responsible for someone that's not committed. So at the end of the day, you got to make the commitment. You got to spend the money. You got to spend the money on the artist. Let them know that you're in it to win it, that you're willing to spend the money, that you're willing to watch them tattoo your own arm. Like, that's what you want to do. Once you create that relationship, ask them for an apprenticeship, and if hopefully that they do, you get it. Right now for me, no apprenticeships for me. I'm looking to impact the masses of tattooers, not just 1 or 2 people in my shop as of right now. That will change. I know for a fact, because I am in the works with building something bigger and better for aspiring artists out there, because I do want to help with that. But as of right now, I'm not taking on any apprentices because I have so much other things that I would like to achieve at this point. So, and to anybody out there, I love you, and I feel very honored that you would think of me to be your mentor. But I'm not accepting it. So that's my tips for beginners. And okay, guys, I got one last question that I will answer. If you want to go ahead and do it in the question box. My question barks. Let's see. Okay, so there are a couple in here that are super easy that I can just answer real quick. As far as where I'm located in Solana Beach, California, which is San Diego County. So if you know where San Diego is, I'm right in North County of that. So that's that. Let's see, for the next one. Let's see, I think there was one. Okay, so it says types of needles. Now, I utilize a lot of different types of needles right now. I am sponsored by FYT Needles, and they are awesome. I really love their emerald needles. Oh my gosh, they're gonna kill me for not knowing exactly what that says. So yeah, the FK Irons, emeralds, those are my favorites, especially when it comes to mags. I do kind of like the True Tubes for liners and things. It just hits a little bit harder. Even though I don't really line much out since I am realism and I do realism, I do just like the flow of it. But FYT is really great for those two. They have a new generation, a Gen 2 is what they call it, or a V2, and that's really nice. So that's what I would recommend, FYT, emeralds, and the V2s. But yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of really good needles out there, and there's a lot of really bad needles out there. So FYT, if you want to start somewhere, start there. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What inspired me to become an artist? I think that's what it was. Oh, okay. So it says, what inspired me to become an artist? Actually, you know what's funny is that I always had an innate feeling like I was going to be a painter one day, even in like high school, but I never tried it because my brother was an artist in the family, and we're so close in age, and we're Asian. And so, not meaning to, but like we kind of were always pinned against each other. And so me and my brother kind of made a pact that like he would do that and I would do like sports or something different, and singing and dancing. Yeah, I used to sing opera back in the day. I know, it's weird. But yeah, so those are the kinds of things that like I always felt it in my bones. But then one day when I was with my accounting firm, when I was like 22, we went to a wine and paint night, and I found out I could paint, and I was like, oh wow, like that. I sold my first painting for money and that was awesome. I sold it for like $1,000 or $2,000, and from then on it made me feel like I could do it. And so at that point I like went on to quit my job cold turkey, went to school for fine art, went back to school for fine art, and then avidly was looking for an apprenticeship at that point, but didn't get one until a few years later. So yeah, it was, I always felt it in my bones, but I never drew when I was a kid. I started drawing at 22. So you guys, it's never too late. Like, I started drawing at 22, and I will post about like the first drawings I ever had. They were shit. There's like stick figures. But I pushed hard. I drew every single day. I had charcoal and paint everywhere. I even broke up with my boyfriend for a year so I could literally like hole myself into the depths of art only and nobody bothering me. I didn't go out of the house without doing art. I was painting and drawing every single day, 12 hours a day, like all the time, because I was obsessed. And I also felt like I was really late to the game because I have artists in here that are like 22 and have been tattooing for 3 years. You know what I mean? And I didn't start tattooing until I was like 25. So yeah, so I hit hard. I hit really hard. All right, guys, that's it for today. I don't want to go over an hour because it's a lot, but I'll do another live. I'm going to be doing another one 2 weeks from now. But don't forget, I have a class, a free class on how to build a wildly successful and soul-aligned tattoo business leveraging Instagram in 2 weeks. Get on my emailing list. It's my inspired marketing mailing list. You can find it in my bio. Okay, I want to see your faces all there. This will go in depth of what I talked about today, like super in depth, and it's an hour-long class. It's completely free, and I love you guys. Have a fucking wonderful day, okay?